Well, good afternoon everyone. Mark here with Kayak Fishing with Mark. What we'll be doing today is we'll be cooking the hybrid bass that I caught the other day. The name of the dish is called Fish Escabeche. It is a sweet and sour dish on a fried fish. So it'll be packed with a lot of goodness, you know, the sweetness and the soury flavor of the ingredients that we will have in this special dish. There's a lot of variations of it. What we'll be preparing for you today is a Filipino version of it, and hopefully you'll all find this informative, and hopefully you'll like this video. So hang in there, stay tuned, and let's go ahead and start cooking. So for our ingredients, we have here a few cloves of garlic, some onions, red onions are preferred, some julienne red pepper, a cup of carrots, a cup of oil. Any oil is okay, canola, vegetable, whatever your preference is. Maybe half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper. Obviously we need some vinegar. In this situation I don't have any plain vinegar, so I just use an apple cider for now. And then use maybe half a cup of sugar. If you don't want it too sweet, maybe a quarter cup of sugar is fine. And this is pretty much our ingredients for today. So let's go ahead and start cooking. What we have here is the hybrid bass that I already have cleaned and put salt and pepper to add flavor to it before we fry the fish. If you want to learn how to clean the fish, I had it in another episode where I cooked the crappie for a dish called prowl at prick. So it's pretty much the same process as I did with the hybrid bass. I've also cut the tail end of it just to ensure that this will fit in my pot or my frying pan. So that's pretty much what we have done. So one way to know if the oil is ready for you to fry is to put your chopstick, if you have a chopstick, dip it on the oil, and if it starts to sizzle, then you know it's ready. Right now I think we need to give it maybe another minute here before we start frying the fish. So while we have the fish frying at the moment, let's go ahead and make our sauce. We have a special guest, Levi here, our crazy dog, trying to lick all the oils that are splattering on the ground. So I think we have the pot in low heat, and we'll go ahead and just put maybe a spoonful of oil. I always like to just guesstimate, not really down to measuring all of that. So I apologize if you all feel differently about how I cook, but this is how I do it. Let's wait for a few moments before we start putting the onions and garlic in. Start putting the cloves of garlic and then onions. Okay. Put it in low heat. And let it, sit there for maybe a few seconds. Others do the vinegar first, before anything else. Heat up the vinegar, let it, simmer there, and then put the garlic and onion. So once the garlic and onion is ready, let's go ahead and put our vinegar in. Maybe half a cup of vinegar. Again, you can always just guesstimate. So while that simmers and boils, maybe wait for about 30 seconds before we start incorporating our other ingredients. You know, others you can also, what others do is they put cornstarch, you know, to thicken the sauce a little bit. You can also put some water, maybe to add more sauce to it. Some folks, they prefer a lot more sauce. You can do that as well, maybe half a cup of water. So in this situation, the vinegar is already boiling. Let's go ahead and just include and add our red bell pepper. Let it simmer. And then, since we have maybe a cup of carrots here, we'll go ahead and just add them as well. And then we'll add some water just to, you know, put some more sauce, or make some more sauce out of our dish. So we'll let it boil for a few moments. So while we're allowing the sauce to boil before we add our sugar, let's go ahead and turn or flip our fish. Just be careful, very careful, because it's hot. We don't want to burn anyone while we're cooking, although that can happen.
Be very careful flipping your fish here.
As I mentioned earlier, you can also add a little bit of, maybe a spoonful of cornstarch if you want the sauce to thicken a little bit, and some water. And once you're satisfied with how it looks, you can add more flavors by adding some more salt or pepper, just whatever your preference is. Ground pepper is great, or if you have white pepper is fine as well. Just add some more flavor, and just try to see if you can taste it and see how it is. If you're satisfied with the taste, then it should be done. And that's the last step before we start, plating and just waiting for the fish to finish frying. That's how simple it is. If you have any other suggestions or opinions about it, feel free to comment, guys. And maybe we can try different things out with our escabeche. So now we're done with frying the fish. I put it on a serving plate. While in there, I'll go ahead and put the sauce in, the sweet and sour sauce on the fish itself. how good this is gonna be. If you don't want to put the sauce on top, you can just serve it on the side, but I prefer this way so that the sauce can then seep through the meat of the fish. Some people they want the fish to just be crispy without any sauce. While we're doing this, I also have rice cooking in the pot, just to be sure we have steamed rice complementing. So here it is, guys. We have our fish escabeche. We'll go ahead and just taste it, see how good it is. This time I'm gonna have a serving spoon with me. Learned from my mistake the other time I videoed a clean and cook episode. Awesome. The sweetness and soury flavor of it is just fine, just right. And we've got vegetables to kind of help add to the flavor of the dish. So it's very good. I hope you all like the video. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to comment. And please, if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe so that you'll receive all the latest news and episodes that I post in my YouTube channel, Kayak Fishing with Mark. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you all have a good day. Thanks so much. Remember, keep those lines wet.